From gathering at the tapak perhimpunan every Monday to dreading the day that you have to wear your button-up uniform, to cherishing the days when you get to wear your PJ clothes, to wanting to be a prefect so that you can rule over your friends, and of course, to get to the canteen the earliest compared to them and to avoid the queue. In today's episode, we're gonna be asking ourselves the question: did we really enjoy high school? Let's line up at our own classes and get to singing Negaraku. Hey, and welcome back to the podcast, everyone. Welcome back to the Three Lattes Podcast. It's the second episode. Great to see you guys here tuned in with us. Once again, it's Simon, and we have Vinod and Wei Yong here with us. We are the Three Lattes Podcast. We are the Three Lattes. Welcome to the podcast. Okay, it's a morning. Yeah, it's a morning. It's a bit hard to say, like whether it's morning. I mean, we are releasing this in the morning, but we're technically not recording this in morning. So, technically, for those who are tuning in, okay, just want to say for those who are tuning in for the first time, welcome to the podcast. It's great to have you here with us. Whether you're listening in the morning, or in the afternoon, or at night, whenever you stumbled upon or are listening to our podcast. Okay. Just want to say, thank you for joining us. Do follow us on our socials, our Instagram at The Three Lattes. And of course, we have a YouTube channel as well, The Three Lattes. And soon to be, we'll be up on Spotify soon with our podcast as well. And you can tune into our episodes just right there. All right, guys. So we kind of forgotten to say something during our very first episode. So, guys, What is the reason that we started this podcast?
I will take that. I will take that. Last year, I started with, I think it was me and Simon. We took a radio course together, and then we did some recordings in the recording booth, and we had some sessions, and we were thinking, just like at the top of our head, like, we should start a podcast. Because every time the three of us get together to talk, there's always a very engaging conversation. And it always, it never ends, and there's a lot to take away from our conversations.
Yeah, that's
so
true.
We thought,
Yeah.
So we thought this is podcast material kind of conversation. So why not might as well just make a podcast?
Yeah, literally, we'll get on calls, even just Google meeting calls. We can call from for example, if we just have a meeting from 10 o'clock or 11, we call until 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That's right. We wouldn't even know. We wouldn't know how long we've been talking, but we know we're talking.
Yeah.
So and that's how. And then we only started this now because we realized some of us have a little bit time in our hands, more so than last time. So I think this is why it's happening right now, right here.
Yeah. Great.
Yeah.
So, for those who are kind of asking or who are wondering why we started the podcast, that is one of the main reasons why we started the podcast. So there is that. It's already been said. It's out there. It's done.
Yeah.
We can now get past this.
Don't ask us anymore.
Yeah.
Don't ask us anymore.
Anyways, okay. There's something that we always like to start off for our podcast is that we have a hot take for the day. All right. So my hot take for the day is that I feel that pizza. Pineapples, in my opinion, they belong on pizza, but many people will kind of stab me because of just for saying that. But I feel it works. It's refreshing. It adds to the tomato sauce and the cheese. It just pops. Okay, it does really well. And for you guys, who don't like pineapple. If you don't like pineapple on pizza, you do you. But I like pineapple on pizza. It's good. It's good.
That's a very controversial take.
Yeah, but it's so good.
But I agree with you, man, Simon.
Yeah,
I
it's
also
good
like
stuff.
pineapples.
Yeah,
I
Aloha
can't
is
be
the
bothered.
best,
I can't be bothered. It's pizza.
It's
I don't
pizza,
really care what's on
Yeah,
it.
it's pizza.
That's why.
Well,
what can go wrong?
My hot take of the day is that red pasta sauce sucks.
Okay, I guess we are
Wait,
going on
wait,
a
wait. Why
positive
is
vibe
everyone
now.
talking about food now?
Like
Why is everyone talking about food now?
because I don't like bolognese. I don't like any kind of tomato based sauce. I love
Bro.
Alfredo.
Bolognese,
pesto.
man, that's the bomb. If
Nah,
you do it
sorry.
well, like the
Hey,
beef in like
sorry.
bolognese
I
is
think-
great, man.
I think maybe that's why I haven't had like a proper bolognese. The ones I've had so far sucked.
Yeah,
But
most probably.
That's my hot take. Yeah.
Okay. So I think for mine, wait, let me think.
Just
Okay, my hot take is. Wait, I suddenly forget. Oh man, I suddenly forget.
Relax, bro. Relax. Come on, man.
this is like super real material.
No, I wanted to say something about food, and then you all talk about food, and I distracted.
How did we get
Bro.
back to
No, I didn't. Okay, I would. Okay, I think.
Yeah, let's go. Spit it out. Just spit it out. Let's go.
off the top of your head? Come on, man. You got this. The hot
Okay.
take for the day.
Hot take of the day is that I feel being out
It's
in
a good
nature
day.
is underrated. Okay, it's also today is also a good day, but yeah, I think being out in nature, right? Like today I went hiking. Oh man, it feels good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Alright.
like going out. I think after staying home for so long, going out to just have like, especially going like, for example, like he went out to. I think you just told us, Wei Yong, that you went out to hike. So I'm sure that it's actually it's it's nice to just be out and to just breathe in fresh air rather than the stale air in your house. You know what I mean, guys? I'm sure Wei Yong knows
Yeah.
what I meant, what it means because he just experienced it.
I mean, I have a humidifier at home, so it's not stale, but it still sucks to be at home.
Humidifier is just replenishing
Is what-
clean air that
Yeah, but yeah, I get what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean that's cool.
Alright.
All right, so that's the hot take for the day. That we will do for every single episode, and from now on we'll do for every single episode. All right. So in today's episode, we're like as said during the intro just now, we're gonna be diving into the question that we'll be asking. Even you guys can ask this question to your own self. Did we or did you really enjoy high school? I mean, we all know what high school is the continuation after primary school, where you go to, I mean, for us in Malaysia, we have Form 1, Form 2, Form 3, and then once you reach Form 3, then you get to choose whether you want to go science or arts. Hey, but then I heard now, like, what, next year or this year, no more arts or science or something like that, is it? I'm not so sure, eh?
Bro, I'm not sure. I've not been keeping in touch with local news, by the way. Like, I know it's a sucky thing to say, but yeah, I've not heard of that before. Is that the news?
I don't
Don't know,
know,
man.
but
I'm
I
not
heard from somewhere. Okay, I may be wrong. Okay, I know that they took away PMR, and PMR became this other thing that I've forgotten what it's called already. Okay, but then we still have SPM lah, of course, and then UPSR. I think UPSR also no more already, right? Because I heard like no more already also. But anyways, I think you
Yep.
guys have no idea about
think-
that because we don't
I have no
keep
idea.
up.
No
We
clue.
don't
No clue.
we don't
Once
keep
I
up.
left,
It's so
once I
long
left high school, I'm
Yeah,
done.
that's
I'm
just
not
that,
thinking
man.
about it. Yeah.
Anyways, as we're gonna dive into the topic of did we really enjoy high school, why not we just go around the table right now and just like summarize our high school experience. Why not we
Okay.
start with like Vinod?
My high school experience. Okay, so I went to Penang Free School, right? Hashtag Penang Free. From 2011 till 2015. So I did 5 years, from 1 to Form 5. It was filled with a lot of highs and lows, And I think going to like an all boys school, because Penang Free School is an all boys school, I had a very distinct experience to most people's high school experience. So it's a lot of highs and lows, a lot of different things. Yeah. The one thing I could summarize it with is that my high school life was filled with a lot of highs and a lot of lows.
I bet everyone has the same.
I think
thing.
almost everyone's.
Everyone's high and low.
I mean, what about you, Simon? I think you have an interesting. high
I think
school
I'll
life,
go
right?
last. I have a very interesting
Yeah,
past,
go,
so
okay,
I'll let
go.
Wei Yong go
Okay,
first.
yeah. Wei Yong. Let's yeah. Wei Yong, what? How was your high
Okay,
school
so my
life
turn,
like?
right?
Yeah,
So I study in a private school. Like
Damn.
it's called King's Academy. It's like Sungai Dua there, and yeah. So I started there since I was 12, and until I was 18, I think. So it was what 2014 until 2019, if my math is not mistaken lah.
Okay.
So yeah, I studied there.
Is it like some sort of like homeschool?
Yeah, but it's like a private school basically. So it's like, and it's a Christian based school.
I
So
see,
like
I see.
you have like devotions, you have like worship, this kind of stuff lah. Yeah.
Cool.
So
Okay,
actually,
alright.
it's almost similar. I think almost similar is like it's there's always ups and downs on that. I think not just in high school, like in life also.
In
lah,
life, yeah, correct, yeah.
including high school lah.
Your primary school, kindergarten
what-
also already got highs and lows already lah, guys.
Yeah, maybe like
Not,
just that we
not
forget.
wanting to do our homework, getting into kiddish fights with our friends.
Just that we forget. Yeah.
Yeah,
All right. I mean, okay. To summarize my high school experience, okay, I'll just tell you guys, and I'll just be very straightforward with you guys. I never had much of an high school experience, and the reason why is because I dropped out of high school when I was 14. About like halfway through Form 2, I dropped out,
Yeah.
and I just dropped out of school and I went to serve at a prayer house at
Ooh.
Nilai, okay, and I was there for about like close to 8 months, close to a year, and then my mom told me to come back home, and I was just like,
Come back home.
yeah, told me to come back home, and I was just like, man, like I've already like being 14 and 15, like I stayed until 15 because it's like halfway through through when I was already 14. So like just me
Yeah.
being 15 and just thinking like, man, I thought of like having a life there, 15-year-old
Yeah.
thinking, then
Yep.
all of my plans are ruined, and then like, my mom ruined it and all these things. So
Correct, yeah.
I mean, I'll be completely honest with everyone there, and just very direct to the point, is that to be honest, I kind of like dropped out is because I didn't like studying, and I didn't do well. I never did well for my studies, for my education, because I remember when I got into high school. So I was actually from SMK Hamid Khan, for those who are from Hamid Khan, hashtag. Okay. Yeah, from Hamid Khan.
Yeah.
I went there when I was Form 1. Form 1 was okay, and then we had and then when I hopped on to Form 2, that's when things really went, like things spiraled down, because like I did not understand a lot of things. And don't get me wrong though, like I would say that I can study, but majority of the time is because like I don't understand why what we study is what we study. That
Yeah.
kind of mentality. For example, like I
Yeah.
give you like example, like
Yeah.
maths tells you to do something. Maths tells you to do, like, for example, this equation this way, okay, and it has to be this way. But then in my mind, I'm like, but why does it has to be this way? Can I do it like in a different way?
like
In a
yeah,
more
like you
direct.
question,
Yeah.
yeah, like you like get into like this thing, like what is this for? Like what is
Yeah.
what is
Totally.
what is the purpose of, yeah, correct.
Yeah, totally. So when I was in Form 2,
Mhm.
when I was in Form 2, it just went spiral. It just spiraled down. So I got out of high school, then prayer house, and I came back. And to be honest, okay, if I'm just gonna talk about like high school experience life, I didn't have a high school experience life, okay, but I did have like an additional quote unquote ish high school experience life, like.
So you had like a social life that's equivalent to like what we
Okay,
call
a
high
social
school
life probably, yeah. If you to
Yeah.
count that, I had a lot of I was like socially active with like people who were older than me, I guess you can say, because in the prayer house there were like some people older than me. But
Yeah.
not only that, but when I came back home, I did also attend. I signed up for like a homeschool also, and the homeschool used the same
Oh, you
syllabus. Yeah, the
Okay,
homeschool
okay.
used
Yeah.
like the same syllabus as like King's Academy, which is like EduSeats.
Mhm.
And in my personal opinion, that's one of the shittiest. It's one of the shittiest ways to study ever. Oh my gosh, I could never like exceed like I think grade. I don't know what else, like grade 8 or grade 9 or grade 10, but things just got so hard, and I was just like, bro, I can't. And then like more drama happened. The homeschool decided to shut down, and then I was left to my own self, and then I discovered that my friend had like a tuition that he went to, so I went to study tuition. the tuition there, and then I went to sign up.
Bro, it seems like you went through a lot, man.
Yeah, just
It's
a
a
lot
lot.
a lot of stuff happened.
It's
lah.
a
You know,
lot of
everybody has a
shit.
very direct high school life.
Yeah.
You know, they have
It's
high
like
school
outside is
drama.
Yeah.
Outside is
I was just
like,
like,
maybe
yeah, and he was just like,
Yeah, mine's like up down, man. Mine's like really like roller coaster.
Yeah.
Seriously.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
so,
that's what high school life is, right?
Yeah.
Basically, like for most of us.
Yeah.
But I think one of the major elements of high school life is like high school friends.
True.
For some reason, they kind of hit different, right? So my question to the table is, like, are we still friends with people from high school? And if you guys are, or if you guys are not, then what has changed in that relationship ever since you left high school? Like, do you guys have friends from high school still? And what has changed?
Wei Yong.
I'll go with Wei Yong first. Like,
Yeah, I'm still friends with my friends from my high school.
Okay.
Shout out to my friend TJ. If you're listening to this, Kenzie, Matthew, I mean those like Josh, Joshua, and then all of you, if you are listening, yeah. I'm still friends with them. Like, even though high school has ended, right? Then we all got our own things to do, but we still like hang out. Before MCU, we still go makan. You know, TJ still comes sleep over and all. So yeah,
That sounds
still
fun,
friends
man.
with them. I think what's different, right, is like everyone has their own stuff to do now. Like everyone's schedule is differently. Like maybe for myself, I'm studying college, right? Then I got my own schedule. Then my friend Kenzie, he studied A level, so he has his own schedule. And then sometimes even like our lunchtime doesn't match anymore. So it's like we can't go out for lunch. So it's like, so there are the things that feel different, and then they are busy at their own stuff, and I'm busy at my own stuff also.
I guess
So that's why it's like less time, because we used to see each other like every day.
yeah.
Five days
Yeah,
a
right.
week.
In high school, right, every
Yeah.
day, right?
Mm-hmm.
But like suddenly it's like, boom, like the amount of time you meet them is like straight away decrease already. Yeah, so I
looks
think-
like,
Yeah, that's the difference lah. How about
Yeah.
you,
Okay.
Simon?
I mean,
Simon?
am I still friends with people from high school? I'll just say a few of them. Not everyone are like friends anymore. More like they have become like acquaintances. Yeah. Because I left high school at such a early stage, so I kind of like lost touch with a lot of friends. And although I still follow them on like their socials and stuff like that, but that doesn't. I think that doesn't count. That that we are still friends. Friends is basically like when you know each other and you talk frequently and all these things. But I think for my case is that majority of us are actually acquaintances, and although I know majority of them and I know majority of them are doing okay, but I don't really know like what their life story is like currently. Some people I do know because I do see their socials. But I think I think one person that I'll still like friends with from high school is Justin. Okay, shout out to you.
Justin Fam.
Justin Fam.
Actually,
We all know
okay,
Justin Fam.
technically he
Yeah,
is
we all
okay.
know you.
Yeah, technically he's a childhood friend. Technically, I met him in
Okay.
a tuition when I was like in primary school, and then we met each other again in high school. But it's funny because like, out of all of the friends that I had in high school, like after dropping out from high school, he's the only one that has like reconnected with me. Like we can reconnect. Like but the rest we are just like out of touch.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
yeah, I guess that's why it's because I dropped out of high school, and then because I just lost touch with a lot of my friends.
Well, for me, am I still friends with people from high school? Yes. I'm still keep in touch with them. Like I still talk to them every now and then. Like how you said you have a childhood friend.
Yeah.
I have a friend who lives in the same apartment unit as me, and we've been living in an apartment unit since I was 9. So I knew
Aye.
him before high school, and then when we went to high school, we went to the same high school.
Oh, so you
And
two
then
went
you-
to PFS together.
Yeah, went to PFS together, and then we even went to college together. So yeah, I get what you mean. Like there's this one constant friend I've had since before high school, and post high school. So yeah, I do have friends from high school, other than him, of course. But obviously, we're not as close as before because like Wei Yong said, like last time, it was inevitable. Like, you come to school 5 days a week, you meet them, you go back home.
Yeah.
Same thing
Yeah,
every
correct.
day, right? But
Yeah.
after you graduate from high school, you kind of break that pattern. So now it's more like you don't really see each other as often, and you have to work around their schedule. They have to work around my schedule, and to meet is not as easy anymore. Like, we're not forced to be in a classroom together anymore, so it's a bit harder to meet them.
Yeah,
So obviously, the closeness is a bit different, but the camaraderie is still the same. Like, if ever, like, if like 5 of us ever get back to like go out or something, it
Yeah.
would still be like the old days. Like, it wouldn't be anything different. Maybe the conversations will be a bit different, but we will never feel like, oh, we haven't been together for like a year or what. It still feels like natural and flowing. So that part of it is still there. But in terms of like everyday closeness, it's totally different.
I mean, okay, as we are sort of like hovering over the topic and the conversation of like high school friends, right? Let me just impose a question to you guys here. This might sound a bit stupid, but do you think like as we progress in life and as we go to college and as we go to we start our working life and stuff like that, do you think it's worth it to like maintain like friendship with people like from high school? Do you think it's worth it? Because like
So yeah.
because in a way, like once you start doing other things, you kind of get disconnected. Because high school life, I feel it's just like okay, high school life with friends is just like any relationship. Okay, you get to know them, you spend a lot of time with them. Of course, it's great. It's just like a relationship. You get to know someone and then you spend a lot of time with them. That's great. That's how like friendship is. But then once like life kind of like takes its toll, it's like a relationship that has lesser interaction. You get what I mean?
Yeah.
I get what you
Because
mean.
college friends starts to come into play, and then uni friends starts to come into play. Like how do you like separate or like put a priority for each different category of friends? See?
Interesting question. Actually, very good question.
Okay.
I think I'll go first. Okay.
Yeah. Go.
I think after I left high school, because in high school the friends you have are literally the friends you have to go to school together and all that, right?
Yeah.
So it's kind of it feels a bit forced. But after I left high school, we meet friends from other places and all that. So and then it became more of like, oh, you're no more a high school friend, you're like a friend.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? So and then it becomes personal, where it's not like, oh, I have to keep in touch with my high school friend. It's more like I have to keep in touch with friends that I want to keep in touch with,
True.
right?
It's like we pick and choose, you know.
So after that, it wouldn't be like, oh, I don't want to be friends with my high school friend. It's more like, if someone from my high school is still friends with me and I still want to be friends with them, okay, yeah, they're my friends.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you get to pick and choose from each circle and all that, right? You kind of customize your social circle a bit.
Yeah. In a way, like
Yeah.
for me, I feel like if a high school friend or like any friend in general, one makes the effort to at least want to communicate with me, like I don't mind communicating with them again. But then like if I wasn't close with you, like for me if I'm not close with you, right, I wouldn't see what's the use of like communicating with you after such a long period of time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I kind of get that.
Yeah.
How about you, Wei Yong? Like, do you still like? What do you think about it? Like, how do you, as you grow older, how do you like keep in touch with your high school friends, and like, is there like difference in how you prioritize them?
Answering back to like Simon's question, right, about is it worth it? Is it worth it to maintain those friendships? For me, I think it's a yes.
Okay.
I think being around with friends is something that is like such a big part of my life, and it just they are there for a reason lah. I believe that whoever that comes in your life, a certain whichever part of your life, right? Maybe it's a high school, maybe it's a college, maybe it's a work. You know, they are there for a reason, and
Yep.
So I will always try my best to keep in touch. Sometimes we do get distracted, like with our work and our stuff, and then we forget to talk to them or forget to communicate with them, since we are not meeting each other, right? So
True. Yeah,
sometimes
yeah.
I will try and sometimes they will try. I think friendship works both ways lah. So if they try, I also will put an effort to try.
Yeah lah,
so
it's
that's
like a
for me.
tit. It's like a tit for tat lah. If you try, I try lor. If I try, you try also lor. But then like sometimes to be honest, I have experience with this lah. Like if you try but then like the other person don't really try, so like what's the
I mean,
point?
just like any other relationship,
Yeah.
it has to be reciprocated.
There
right,
has
at
to
some
be
point.
reciprocation lah, basically. You know.
So yeah.
Yeah, I mean
let's
that's
circle back to
yeah.
Let's circle back to high school.
Yeah. Circle back. Oh, you. Okay.
So, I mean, high school friends, they're a big element in your high school life and your high school experiences. So, like, touching on high school experiences, right? What is like the best and the worst high school experience, like, for each of us? Like,
Okay,
personally,
kick
it's a personal question.
Keep coming.
Okay,
Keep
come
coming.
layao, the story.
Yeah.
You say he's drinking
Time
water, he's
time
drinking
to-
water.
Time to really talk.
Okay, yeah. I mean that's our description, right? Huh?
Yeah.
we three boys talking cock at 10 a.m. in the morning.
Yeah,
I mean, okay,
let's get to
I'll go
talking
first. I'll go first, okay?
Yeah.
Okay, general. I'll talk about the good stuff first, okay? Best experience for me in high school so far of the 2 years or 1.5 years that I have in high school, okay? In my personal opinion, I enjoyed working. Okay, if you were in high school, I mean, of course you were in high school. I mean, in high school, if you knew there was this thing called koperasi, you understand what I mean. Okay.
Yeah.
I used to work for koperasi. I used to be like an Ali member, like AJK or something like that. So I really enjoyed being like in that team, like, you know, getting to sell things, and you know, it's just like being a pengawas, but without being like all strict and stuff. But instead I'm selling things, you know, and I make more friends because I get to sell things to people. So like people come to the counter, they say they want this, they want that, and back then also we had, because in school we had an ice cream thing, so like we would sell ice cream most of the time. So it was always so fun because once like recess was finished, then we all of us like we all just think like, hey, how much money you have now? Want to buy ice cream? Okay.
Yeah.
And then while we're all marking down like how much we sold, we would just have ice cream at the sidelines, you know. And you know, that's one of the best things because although I was approached to become like a prefect, can you guys imagine that I actually declined it because I wanted to yeah.
So you didn't want to be prefect.
Yeah. It's so funny because like when I was asked to come to the position of like being a prefect, right?
Yeah.
Like they interviewed me and all, and then they were so serious. I'm just like, and it's like it's my senior friends, you know, like right in front of me, three of them, and I was just sitting down. I was just like, "Hi guys," and then they're just like, "It's serious." I'm like, "Okay, it's serious, huh?" Serious because I don't know how to take it seriously with them. It's like, are you guys acting just because it's pengawas? Like, come on, guys. Like that's why. But in the end, I still didn't. I just denied because like I enjoyed being koperasi and I enjoyed being in the position that I was in. It was so much less. It was so much less stressful because a lot of my friends, they took up the position, but I didn't. So I know other than koperasi, I think the other one thing that I really enjoyed experience I think was so back then, you know, got you have your scouts you have all your badan uniform you know, I joined PBSM and I was part of like the marching recruit. Okay, I mean
gang.
yeah, I was part of the marching recruit, and it was actually, as much as it was like really difficult, it kind of trains your character, and I really enjoyed that part of PPSM a little
Wait,
bit.
so that was one of your best experiences?
Yeah,
like,
it call me crazy, but back then it was like crap. But right now, like coming to think of it, it actually brought up my character a little bit. You know, like in terms of like, for example, like how fidgety you are, or like how you can tahan yourself when you're out in the sun and all these things you know.
Facts.
Yeah, it
Facts,
does. It does. It works, man. I tell you, if you are disciplined enough, right, and you do it on a constant basis, it works, man. I tell you, it works seriously. But okay. Anyways, enough about me. What about you guys? What's your? Oh wait, my worst experience right now. Okay.
Yeah.
Forgotten about that. Forgotten about that. I got too excited.
You got so that's why you got so excited.
You got so sucked into the best.
So sucked
things
into
of
the
high
best
school.
experience that I took the whole of me, man. Okay. I'll
What are
just
the worst
keep
things
my
happened to
worst
you?
experience very brief, okay?
Yeah.
Because I don't want to dive into detail. It's quite embarrassing, okay?
Go for it.
I won't say much, but me and a couple of friends, we got caught doing something, okay? And then there was a whole fiasco about it, okay? It was a group of friends, okay? And then we got caught, and then like it was quite how to say. I remember when we got caught, and then it was just like shit, you know.
What were you guys doing?
I'm not going to
So
dive into
vague.
it. I'm not going to dive into it. Okay, it's
Okay.
not nice to hear.
It's it's up to interpretation.
It's
okay?
up to interpretation. Okay, you want to think of
y'all can
anything,
think
go ahead and
whatever.
think of anything. but trust me, okay, it's nothing weird. Okay, it's just that it's just high school shit. Okay, it's just high school shit. Okay. So we got caught doing something, and then there was a whole fiasco about it. And then in the end, for me to like sort of like get out of it, right? Me and another friend, I won't say whose friend, I won't say what's his name, but I'll just say his name is Jack. Okay, just for as a alias. Okay.
Yeah.
Me and another friend, we had to like quote unquote like we sort of like lied so that we could be spared. So because we just lied like because nobody really saw what happened. Okay, I think CCTV caught or something lah or something. But then it was quite blur or something. Maybe I don't know lah.
But it was in toilet, right, or something?
No. It was like
How did you know that?
It's in like a library or something. I forgotten indeed lah. Okay. So we kind of like lied. We lied and then like in the end we actually got spared. Like we like got quote unquote spared a little bit. You know, it wasn't so bad lah. Okay. So yeah. That's for me. Okay. What about you guys? I'm just gonna step out of that and then get into you guys.
Okay. So I think for my best experience, is the bunch of people that I get to go class with. Just being around with them, I think I was closer to people like Amos, Kenzie, Matthew, and so these few dudes, right? I was closer to them and spent a lot of time with them. We like to talk lah. Like we talk about whatever we also can talk about one actually. We can talk about movie lah, can talk about sports lah, can talk about music lah, whatever. And that's one of the best experience itself. Really. So and then second one. Okay, listen to this. Lunchtime.
Oh yeah, lunchtime,
Okay.
bro.
Lunchtime,
Lunchtime
Recess.
is the pinnacle of every
recess.
high school life,
Correct.
man. Come on, man.
Recess in
Lunchtime.
itself should be a subject.
Yeah,
It's
recess
so-
itself should be a subject.
Yeah.
Like seriously,
I
like
tell you.
for another time, guys.
One of the best experiences. You know why? Because I was hungry. Because I hungry already, like I damn hungry every time I get damn hungry. Then I was like, I was always the first one to go lunch. Like you can ask my friend and all. I was always the first one to go lunch. I would say shake fun. You know, it's time to go eat. And recess one of the best. Just go eat and talk. I know. We do what we do best lah, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, and then I think other than that, it's just being able to participate in like, I think because I came from private school and then we have smaller numbers, so we can do more activities lah per se, like not those like big ones, but those like every alternate Wednesday we have like 1 to 2 hours session like where we just play games. You know, the teachers will plan some games and then it's called park activities lah. So we'll do that. Last time I didn't appreciate it. Like last time, right, I was like, waste of time lah. Oh, I could have go back home earlier and then sleep or do whatever I want. But then now I look back, it's like, oh man, actually, not all school does that. And so and then also excursions. We do like, at first we do like 4 excursions per year, right? It decreased to 3. So it's like it's a good time. You know, we go to different places every time.
Okay.
So I think that's one of like and also like being able to play sports in school. Even though we are small school, right? There's no field or anything. Just go there, take one ball, and then after lunch, like during lunchtime, we just go play.
Oh, that's
like,
fun,
that's quite
man.
fun lah.
That's fun.
But then it will get sweaty and all lah.
that
So
sounds like a hoot.
okay, I think now we're gonna get into
Who cares, right? Who
the
cares?
worst experience. Okay,
Yeah.
okay, the worst experience, right?
Okay, worst experience.
I would say
I see it.
I would say that it's not. I wouldn't say it's anyone's fault, but I just feel that when I was doing grade 9, which is year 10, so I needed to I can choose my subjects.
Okay.
Right? And I chose like there's like 7 subjects, if I'm not mistaken. I chose 6.
Okay.
Yeah, I chose 6. So I thought I could. Actually, you know what? I chose 7. I chose all at first.
Okay.
Then after that, I was like, I started doing, started studying.
Okay.
I realized I couldn't take it. Then and some more, right?
God. Yeah.
I'm very bad at maths.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
I was like a maths god when I was young, but I lost touch.
Maths God. Maths
Yeah,
God.
I lost
Yeah.
touch lah after that. After that, I lost touch.
But once
last
algebra
time I
hits,
go
you
competition
become
all, man. I also
less of a
couldn't-
god.
I also couldn't believe it.
I respect you, man. I respect you. I also respect
Yeah,
you.
and then after that,
Yeah.
then I was very
Yeah.
bad at maths. And then somehow that year, right, I took at maths.
Oh
Then
man.
it's really suffering lah.
Bro, hey, whoever out
subject.
there who loves ad maths, and if you can do ad maths, I salute you
Yeah,
guys.
that's why.
Seriously, I don't know how you all do it.
Salute.
I
Respect,
respect,
respect.
you, man. Respect, respect.
Yeah, so it put me low, like, because of that subject, right? Like, I keep delaying whatever, like, I keep delaying other things. I keep neglecting other
Right.
things.
Yeah, I get you.
It's either that or I neglect at maths and do other things. So either way, it's bad lah, basically. And then it put me in a very low mood, like, very
Okay.
stressed, very
Okay.
cannot handle like that.
Yeah.
So I was quite weak lah back then. So I think that's one of, and I also feel quite helpless in a way.
Mm.
And it's totally, it's not like it's teachers for anything. It's just that I myself
Yeah.
put myself in that position to feel helpless. So
I see.
and yeah, I think basically I think that's about it. And also like I think one specific moment I can remember is that, okay, I still remember this. So basically, right, me and a few friends, we were playing ping pong in class.
Okay.
So our classroom quite small lah, and
Okay.
it's close to each other. And basically, there's not much like you can hear like if it's a very noisy, right, you can hear from other class one. Like you can hear.
Because it's closed walls, like it's very
Yeah,
near.
correct. And it's like hollow walls.
Okay.
So you can hear this. So I was like playing, me and few friends, right? We were like playing ping pong. And then after that, like it's also during recess. So you're playing ping pong. After that, suddenly, right, the class next door, the teacher, she called us and then go to her class.
What?
And then she straight away punish us in front of her class, man. I feel so embarrassed.
What? It was recess,
Yeah.
bro.
I mean, we kind of like, actually we cannot play like ping pong, inside the classroom, but
Oh.
so, but then it was one of the most embarrassing moments I had lah. Like
Punish
kena
in front of whole
punish
class.
in
So
front
weird.
of her class, someone was like, "Oh man,
Bro, that's
oh man, I keep my head low. I cannot."
what's
Yeah,
that,
so
man?
that's like one moment lah. So
I
yeah,
see.
that's about it for me. So how about you, Vinod?
Alright. Okay. I mean, Vinod went to take his charger because I think either his
Oh, is
laptop
it?
or his phone is dying. Anyways, just take the time to sip on some water.
Yeah, I'm gonna pour myself.
While Vinod is okay, you know what? While Vinod is trying to set up his things right now. We just want to say a huge shout out to everyone who has followed us and who has been viewing our podcast. Thank you so much
Yep.
for on behalf of all of us. We just want to thank you guys for all the support that you've given us for our first episode. And we're gonna keep churning this out, and do keep posted. Do stay tuned on our socials. We got more stuff coming out for you guys, so do keep an eyes peeled. All right, Vinod is back with us.
Is Vinod back?
Yeah, Vinod is
Yeah,
back.
my bad.
He's back and
Technical
recharged.
difficulties.
All right, now it's
Now
your
it's
turn.
your turn for your
Now
best
it's your turn
and
to
worst
talk.
experience in high school, brother.
In Penang
My
Free
best
School.
experience, I think. I think my best, I think one of my best experiences in high school was basically. It was not one experience. It's just a collective experience of just being with my friends and doing like dumb shit in classrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Like we used to, cause I was in the very mischievous group of people, so we used to like get into the discipline room a lot for like stupid things.
Mm-hmm.
And look, I mean, back then it was like very stressful, but looking back at it, that's the fun time. So whenever I think about high school, those are the times I think about. Like we used to play football with like plastic bottles.
Ah
back of the
man, but the
classroom
bottle cap,
and all that. And with
Oh my
bottle
gosh.
cap, yeah. and then we used to play with like we used to throw like paper balls at each other for no bloody reason. We just did it,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And then we used to like skip class to go to the field and play football and all that. So those are the fond memories I have about being in high
That's
school.
always always the case, isn't it? Like when the
Yeah.
bad things that you do during high school, or like the things that you
Yeah.
disobey rules. Then when you look behind, when you look into the past once you're like older, it's just like, man, those are good times. It's just a bit
Yeah.
weird, when you think
It's
about it.
always
it's
lah
funny
when
'cause-
you are older, then you look back and then
Yeah.
What the
I
experience?
feel like almost like I feel like because I was not really I wasn't a bad student, but I wasn't the greatest student. I think I had a very fond experience and fond memory of high school. And most of my fondest memories are just the things I used to do to break the rules and stuff like that, you know.
I see.
I mean, I don't encourage it, of course. If anyone's in high school and listening to it, don't like do it.
Yeah, guys,
Be a
please
bit
just
yeah.
stay in school.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, there's no school right now. I mean, just stay online.
Be responsible. you know.
Focus during classes. You know, we highly encourage that. Yeah.
Yeah, listen to this with your own discretion. I'm not telling you to do these things, but you
Yeah.
can still have a great high school life without being mischievous. My worst experience was that there was a time where me and my friends, we used to like cut school. We used to like ponting school, used to go to school and then leave to go somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and
Normal lah for you, huh,
there's-
Vinod?
I mean,
Always ponting.
I didn't. To be
Always
fair, I
ponting.
didn't do it. To be fair, I didn't do it as much as my friends in high school that time. And one of the worst experiences was that there's one time we all got caught. No, my friends got caught doing it. I kind of got away with it. I don't remember how, but my friends got suspended for it.
Dang.
They were suspended for like a week, and I was thinking, man, like if I just messed up a little bit, I would have been suspended too.
Dang.
So that was
That's
that was a
bad.
little.
You're,
yeah, that
you're
was a
supposed
little
to you are supposed to get suspended with them, man.
Lucky, man.
I mean, looking back at it, yeah, because I always think like I stood at the same shit. I did the same shit as them, but they got suspended because they got caught, and I didn't get caught. But if I messed up just a little bit, I would have just been.
We don't
Suspended
manage
like
to
them.
escape with the win.
I mean, no, that's the worst part of it. Is the guilt. It's the guilt. It's like man, like my friends are suspended and I'm not. I'm like, man, I should be suspended too.
Yeah.
You know, the guilt thing.
Put
Yeah.
yourself forward, man. Tell a teacher.
Yeah. So,
I
teacher,
mean,
after 5
looking-
years, I finally come to
Finally admit.
tell to tell
To
that I
finally
messed
do.
up. So you can suspend me now.
If I were to meet my high school teachers, I would tell them, I was like, you don't know half the things I do. You just didn't catch me.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my worst and like best experiences in high school. It's just most of it is just related to being with my friends. Nothing to do with studies or anything like that. It was just me with my buddies and just chilling and all that.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Since we're clocking in about 40 minutes, something like that right now. So
Damn.
let's just dive into the two last things that we want to talk about, okay? And you
Yeah.
guys can also hop in on us, those who are tuning into the podcast right now.
Yeah.
What are the things that you learn in high school that you feel that you can actually still apply in your life today? And like, let's say, okay, those things that you can apply in your life, okay? What would you do differently also if you actually went back to high school? Would you do anything different? You know, that's the question. You know.
Do we? I want to hear what Wei Yong has to say first. I want to see where you go with this.
All right. Wei Yong, come on, man.
Okay. Sorry, I lagged a bit just now. Okay. I think on top of my head, one thing I can remember very clearly is that I still remember one day, like I was like no mood lah, go school, it's school again, you know, walk into class, and then I still remember that morning we had devotion, so and someone's supposed to lead worship, and not to say lead worship lah, yeah, so to do worship, right? So me and my friend, then my friend's supposed to play guitar, Amos. Shout out to him, quite a good musician, and so basically I go to class, very no mood, like bo mood like that lah. To go in, then I was like, I don't want. Then I was like, I think I threw a tantrum, if I'm not mistaken. Like I threw a tantrum.
Oh yo, Wei Yong,
Wow,
threw a
I was
tantrum.
you
Damn
threw a
emotional
The
that time.
chillest guy I know
Then-
threw a
Bro,
tantrum. Wow.
that's so off
I think
brand
so.
of
I
you.
think so. That's why I think back, I was like, I damn asshole. I was like, then I threw a tantrum, right? And then after that, my teacher pull me out of the class, you know, and then talk to me. Then she kind of explained it like, I know, like I tell her that, oh, I know, I don't have mood to do worship. I don't have mood to lead worship or whatever it is. Then she told me that, you don't have mood, but other people want what? Some people want to want worship. So it's not just about me.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's like one of the things. So it's not just about me, and also that it teaches me to look at it at different perspective. Like
Mm.
think of it as I'm that person, to be in that person's shoes. You know, get what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah,
I
I
think
get what
it
you mean.
applies to like life also lah. It's like in whatever situation, right? It's good that we take our time, stop, and then okay, think from their perspective, be in their shoes. Like why would like maybe someone angry at me, so it's like be in their shoes and ask like, okay, why would he be angry? Is it because of like maybe he got some issues or what
Okay.
and all lah.
So you
I
became,
think,
so you kind of became more understanding, lah, right?
yeah, correct. Then
Yeah.
you become so you're looking at things at different perspective, becoming more understanding. So that's one of the things that I learned in high school that I still apply in my life today.
Mm.
Yeah. So what about you guys?
Okay. I mean,
How about you?
I'll just keep this
Simon?
brief. The things that I learned in high school, I feel there are a lot of things when we grow up and from primary to secondary to college that we can actually apply in life, because it's basically the journey of life, isn't it? Since young to where we are right now. I guess, I mean, you guys have heard my story, so I think one thing I can just say is that just enjoy your time. Don't get yourself into trouble. But even if you do, that's something that you can reminiscent back. When you are much older. But try not to get yourself into trouble so much.
definitely.
My advice is to try to make as many friends as you can when you're younger, because, in my personal experience and opinion, I feel like the older you get, the lesser friends you have, and the lesser friends.
Smaller your social circles
the
lah.
smaller your
Yes.
social circle becomes,
Yeah.
and that's because like your personality changes, their personality changes, your preferences changes, their preferences changes. What you require and what they require in like a friendship is also very different. So don't you guys think that's true? That's just the
No,
reality
yeah.
of how things is.
I think that's true.
You know.
Yeah.
So I just feel, in my opinion, just enjoy your time while you're in high school.
Correct.
Just enjoy your time.
That's a
appreciate
chill.
your high school life lah, basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just enjoy your time.
That's one of the chillest thing I've heard you say, man. Just enjoy life.
Yeah, it is, man. Life is short.
Yeah.
Life is short.
Yeah, it is what it is. What are the things I learned in high school that I still apply in my daily life today? I think this is a very important thing I learned, is that I learned how to find joys even in my hardest times. Because there was a lot of times in high school where a lot of things were going on in my personal life. But when I went to school, everything kind of felt smaller. Like my
Okay.
problems felt smaller, because as I was with my friends and experiencing high school and being in classes and taking part in like activities and all that, my problems became smaller, and I learned to find the little joys I can. So even right now, when I'm going through something that's like hard and difficult and it's a very hard time for me, I always manage to crack a smile or crack a joke or crack a laugh, because that's why I learned it from high school.
Hey, last time YOLO, bro.
Yeah, do you
Yeah.
ever go to school feeling like utter crap, but then the moment you see your friends and you do some stupid shit, and then it's like, what was I feeling bad about?
Yeah,
I
you
don't
gotta
even
just
know.
like forget about it, until you
Yeah,
go
true,
back
true.
home,
Yeah.
and then suddenly things just like come back again,
Correct.
It's
yeah,
it's
and
low
that's
key
why-
like, it's like other than
Yeah.
studying, it's like going to school with your friends is like a short getaway for the day.
Yes,
morning.
it felt like
Exactly,
it felt like a daily vacation.
Yeah,
just to
yeah.
go to school.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very important skill actually to think about it, because if I hadn't picked it up then I would be a very stressful individual right now, because I'll be stressed out and being emotional about everything. But because I learned how to kind of align myself, I can apply it now, and that's one of the skills that I really think that's helped me so far. One of the other skills maybe is like maybe a little bit of teamwork, because when you go to a school, all boys school, you kind of have that little camaraderie, you kind of have the brotherhood, so you kind of have to learn how
Yeah.
to work with each other and all that. And I think that I apply it right now because I don't think people would think I'm hard to work with, honestly speaking. I feel like I'm very easy to work with other people. And I
Do you
think
think
that's
so,
one of
Wei
the
Yong?
things. Come on, guys! Like I'm not that difficult. I don't ask a lot. I don't demand a lot.
Good question,
Bro.
Simon. Just kidding.
But yeah, like because you learn that in high school, where you kind of forced to work with each other, even though you don't like them, You still kind of have to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you apply that later in
Especially
life.
like when teacher separate your group, like, and didn't let you choose who
Right,
be
back then you had no control, right? You can never say, I want to group with him, I want to group with him.
Yeah,
If
yeah.
teachers say, right? Yeah.
Yeah, correct,
Yeah,
correct.
yeah, totally.
Yeah, so you kind of
true.
have to work through that, and those are the things I learned that I still use today. It's just one thing is like to find little joys in life wherever you can, even though you're going through hard times. And the second thing is, of course, learning that working together is important, and also how to work together. I think I learned that in high school.
Yeah,
I still apply
teamwork,
today.
teamwork, and basically trying to basically just getting along with each other lah. Try to set aside your differences and just
Yeah, practice some tolerance. Like
yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
So how about second thing and the last thing we're gonna go into is if hypothetical situation, right? If any of us were to go back to high school right now, would you do anything differently?
Okay, Wei Yong. I think I'll go second.
All right, Wei Yong.
Just okay, just name one thing. Okay, just name one thing that you would do differently. Just name one thing.
Yeah.
What would you do
Um,
differently if you would be able to go back to high school now? Like one single thing that you can be able to do.
Okay. Ask for help.
Ask for help.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
like especially in academic stuff lah. Because I'm
Yeah.
the one that don't like to ask teacher for help one.
I think sometimes in high school we don't want to ask for help is because like we
Yeah.
we bit shy lah, we malu lah,
We
we
rather
ada
discuss
maruah
it.
sikit.
We
We
discuss
think that,
with our
we can
friends.
solve this ourselves, or like
Yeah,
"Aiya,
yeah.
my
that's
friend
why-
maybe
that's
can help or something like that.
The thing is when
why
you
we
when
rather
you
discuss it with your
yeah.
friends.
You know what's that? Like it's like kind of like the blind leading the blind, because y'all also don't know.
Yeah.
We one gang, we don't know what we doing.
One gang.
Yeah,
I see. I know.
yeah, you don't know what you're doing. I don't know what you're doing. Let's work it let's work it out
Yeah.
together. Like it's gonna be great. It's not gonna work out.
Yeah. So
But you're
true.
right, yeah.
I mean, okay,
Ask-
for me,
yeah.
what if I have many things to say about this, but I'm just gonna say one thing. If I had a chance to go do it differently, I would love to see how my life would actually play out if I actually didn't drop out of high school, because
Oh, okay. That's
I
interesting.
think life
Mhm.
would have been very different, and I think I would have gone on very different paths as well, and I think I would have gone to discover different things also compared to where I am
Maybe
right
you
now.
wouldn't even be here with us.
Yeah, I don't think I would
wouldn't
have even met
have
you
this
guys. Yeah, because
Right,
I don't think I would be on this podcast as well. So just because of me,
Correct.
because I went through what I did, this is where I am right now. So I guess the life lesson behind that is also that, no matter what you guys do in the past or whatever, eventually life goes on. And as much as you want to go back and you reminiscent and you think, maybe that could have changed and this could have changed, but we can't rewind time. So I guess we only can tell ourselves, what can we do better? What
Yeah.
can we
I mean,
what can we do our best as time goes ahead? And what can we make up for it? In other ways, something like that.
I for one am very very grateful you dropped out, because if that led you to this podcast, I'm very grateful. Because if you did,
Yeah,
thank God you
bro.
dropped out, bro.
Editing, man.
Right. If you all didn't know, he edits our podcast. Yeah. What would I do differently? One thing I would do differently, I think I'll be more braver. I think I want to do it. I want to be more brave in terms of like if I were to go back to high school now, I would take all the opportunities I got instead of saying no, I don't want to do it. No, I'm a bit shy. No, I'm a bit scared.
Mm-hmm.
I'll be a bit more fearless. Because in my high school, there were a lot of opportunities, like in terms of like representing the school in competitions or like intercultural exchange programs and things like that. And I was always interested in them, but I never really took part in them because I was a bit scared. So if the one thing I were to do differently right now, if I go back to high school, is be like, screw it, just do it.
Mm-hmm.
Be a bit more courageous and just take the first step and be a little fearless. That's the one thing I would do differently if I were to go back to high school right now.
That's cool, man. That's cool.
Yeah.
It's good to hear. All right. I guess that's basically it for this episode.
Peace.
But
Yeah.
once again, we're going to just wrap up with the same question that we started out all this while, did we really enjoy high school? I think we can say yeah lah, huh? We did lah, huh?
We kind of did.
Yeah.
As much shit as we actually go through in high school, I believe that we actually do
Yeah,
lah,
I think
huh?
overall we did enjoy high school.
Yeah,
Even
as
though
much as I
was
didn't
like-
enjoy, as much as I didn't much have a story or like a high school story, I believe everyone throughout like their ages from 12 or like 13 to 18, I think that period of time, surely there's something to be enjoyable about, isn't it? You see, even for me who didn't really go to high school much, I would say that my life was also quote unquote quite enjoyable in a way. But I believe that it would have been very different lah if I was still if I was still in high school. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is that
And I think
the thing
someone was
about high
like,
school,
yeah, it's like you wouldn't realize back then lah.
Yeah,
Like, you
yeah,
would only
yeah.
realize when
correct.
you are, like,
Yes.
you
Yes.
after you graduate and whatever. After you graduate and then
It kind of
slowly
hits you,
realize-
like, dang,
yeah.
I'm done, man. I'm
Correct,
done.
correct.
And then after a few months pass, then it's just like,
And you miss
wow.
it lah. Then it was
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh,
yeah. Low key, like the older I'm not saying that I'm that old or whatnot lah, okay. But like the older I kind of get, like the more I understand, like sometimes like what my parents say, like to appreciate the studying times in a way. As much as I like doing practical things, okay, as much as I like doing work for people and stuff like that, but you kind of like enjoy just the simpler times when all you had to worry about was just study,
yeah, correct.
and all you had to
Just
think
need to
about
study
was
only.
just study, and then like you can just hang out with your friends.
Yeah,
This
you
is-
that time
this is-
study was like so
yeah.
big for us. Like,
No, the thing
cannot,
is that-
damn
the thing is
stress. I don't know why.
No, the thing is that like when you're in high school, it feels so stressful. But when you look back at it, I would rather do that now.
True.
You know, like I'd rather do that right now than what I'm doing right now because it feels like, in retrospect, it wasn't that stressful.
Yeah.
So I think the takeaway from this is that if you're in high school or just in whatever stage in your life, be grateful for where you
Yeah,
are.
be grateful,
and
guys.
Be present. Be
Yeah.
present and enjoy life as it is right now.
As much as like I know like high school life is very much online right now. I think there's something to really enjoy about that as well, and something to really appreciate that you guys and still have and especially our country, that we can still have the ability to study. I'm a strong believer that you have to be grateful even for the little things. So
yeah.
so I guess that's about that. The question has been answered. Did we really enjoy high school? I believe yes. Did you enjoy high school? To those who are tuning into the podcast, let us know down in the comments in our IGTV and on our YouTube. And if you're listening to this on Spotify in the future, do give our socials a visit on Instagram / the Three Lattes, and YouTube. You can comment down on the video, and also on the video on YouTube. We would like to hear your thoughts on whether you enjoyed high school or not. It's been a pleasure to just talk and to fill your mornings or afternoons or nights, wherever you guys are. From the three of us, Simon, Vinod, and Wei Yong, we hope you guys enjoyed the podcast. We thank you guys so much for tuning in. Please do stay safe, do take care, ciao, and we see you guys on the next episode. See y'all. Alright, let's go. Ciao, guys.